Yeah, it's tough, dude.
Oh, that's what Posh said? Poppy? Posh and I are going to go on a journey. Journey of self.
How's it going,
I
man?
don't be recognizing you with the mask.
Sorry, dog.
Crazy guy, Greg.
Quiet.
Good to see you, brother. This is Tony. I did. How we doing? Yeah. So, I mean, one of the things that we're doing right now for the people that are going the lending route, just in this month, we've got the ability through our lender to offer 1 year of payments being completely reimbursed by my team. So we're getting basically the first year free for those folks that are going the lending route. That's one of the big things that I've seen. But in terms of really everything else, nothing else really has changed. No, I haven't heard anything about the credit. The one of the things Trump did right before leaving office the first time is he actually had extended that federal tax credit to 2032 at the 30% that it's at right now. So I personally have no concern that it won't be extended. I think that 2032 is absolutely what it's good for. Sure. Understood, and I hear exactly where you're coming from, and I think that the decision that you're sort of waiting here to make is absolutely. I appreciate your transparency here and giving me exactly what you have, and being able to help you out. It helps me help you, so I really appreciate it. I appreciate your time. Best of luck to you. Have a best rest of your year, and again, best of luck to you, John. We'll speak soon. No problem. Bye bye. Hey, Mike, this is Tony Lowe, the solar guy. Just wanted to let you know I am up at the office here today. I do think I'll end up being up here again later in the week, but I just wanted to see if maybe your schedule allowed for us to shake hands for an hour or so. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. Right. Sure. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll just move this reminder to touch base over to 3, and then we can at least text around then and see what's happening tonight. Likewise, we'll speak soon. Bye-bye.
But I love it. Did we play like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff? Yeah. No, I love it. If there's like items that we love to write, really good at it. Well, I mean, going to do it. Yeah. Maybe sensing conversions and stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. My mom has an abundance of them, bro. Like, she's got like 20 chickens, and she just asked, she's like, anyone needs that one for my home. I'm bringing you some along, too. They're good, bro. Farm fresh. And we can't get better than that.
Hey, this is Tony Lowe, the solar guy. I'm looking at my calendar for 3 p.m. tomorrow. Do we still have a meeting in that? Okay, very good. Just wanted to make sure that time still works. I don't saw you text or send over a utility bill. Were you gonna send me a picture or just bring that over to the computer meeting? Okay. I just in order to sort of make sure that the proposal that I make has your situation sort of put into it. I want to make sure it's not just sort of arbitrary numbers, but we actually have some accurate information. If you don't mind me asking, what's sort of the concern with what information that might have? Let me see here. If I pull up the satellite image of your roof, 1550, is that right? It just looks to be like there are quite a few trees surrounding the home. Are all of those trees still there? Looks like it. Right. Where would you think in the back? What you know orientation? How would you how would you personally feel about trimming or removing those trees in order to make it more effective on the roof? Okay. Well, so then I okay. Um, yeah. So no, I don't. I just don't think it's going to be necessarily very cost effective. You're not going to get much back with how much the system is going to be shaded. Proposal wouldn't showcase much production that would reduce your bills very much. Sure, fair enough. Well, I mean, is there any other questions related to solar that you have, or anything else I can do? I don't want to just waste your time. Sure, we do it absolutely. It's just looking at the shading that I see in the backyard from the tree that I see there as well. It just I don't even know if we would have enough room in the backyard to do what we would need. It is possible though. Sure. Yes. Right. Yeah, and I just looking at the trees that we have that we would potentially need to remove and your response based on all of those things, it just doesn't really seem like it would be as effective as I would want it to be. Very good. No, no problem. I appreciate your time answering the call and allowing us to sort of save that. I'll fill it with somebody else. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of your week. We'll speak soon. Thank you. Bye bye. I get it how I live it. Huh. Wait a minute. I live it how I get it. Huh. Wait a minute. I have a lot of appointments with people. My God. Call tools or go high level sucks. It's just slow. Yeah. Hello. Esther and Cam Jenkins. I got a call reaching out to Esther and Cam Jenkins. Jenkins. Old man Jenkins. I feel like that should be Greg's last name. Greg Jenkins. Oh, look at that. Get this, Dima. Esther and Cam Jenkins are in Two Harbors.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Up where you just were. You could adapt them up on the way back home. They're not going to answer. No. Griffin. Griffin Harris. You're fired. What's up?
Then I won't have Dima call me when I'm not even late.
He was here early today. He just forgot his keys.
Yeah, nobody told you that? Okay. Yeah. I got here at 7:50 and then I was like, well, I can't turn off my car, otherwise I'd have somebody else do this for me. And I left my house, so I was like, nobody's gonna be able to get in my freaking house.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
It was great.
You were just driving on a keyless
I
car.
drove 40 minutes here, 40 minutes back.
Where do you
40 minutes
live?
Here, 40 minutes back. Well, 40 minutes here, so I drove for 2 hours today.
Where do you?
Just north of Pease, in between there and Malacca, in the country. Where do you live?
Downtown.
Like downtown Anoka or downtown
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis?
Minneapolis.
What bar is closest to you?
I live by the convention center, so there's not really any bars. I got
a friend who lives upstairs. It's got a pool too, right above. It's called Truck Stop or Truck Place or something like that.
Cool.
Right across from the Excel Energy Center.
Yeah.
She pays like $2,800 a month for it. I'm like, you're fucking insane.
That's crazy.
I'm like, you're insane. She's like, it's got amenities. I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
That's a lot. That's even more than mine, and I'm in Minneapolis.
Maybe if I was making $15,000 a month, I wouldn't care. But
fuck, I'm not. Damn.
Chuck.
Phil, it's always good to see your face.
It's good to see yours as well, Tony.
What a guy, huh? Right. It's a joke. It's more of a joke. It's not. It's not. It's not going to stay. Next time you see me, it will not be here. That's what Greg said. I don't like it. That Drake just called me a porn stash when I walked in. You're Drake. Two, three.
I have at least 4 hours.
Yeah, it's kind of messy because Diego fucks shit up, but you know.
That's why I never like driving anybody anymore. Because my house can do like take care of everywhere. Okay. I appreciate you guys' time. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. All right. Bye. Watch this trash.
Pavel, I need appointment. Preferably commercial that I give to you to give you work.
Yeah, coming up with though. But this guy's a quick line. Doing most of have any update on those commercial companies?
Huh?
Stuff?
No.
No, I need to talk to Dustin about that. Hopefully we get that started soon. Yeah. Are you gonna be here tomorrow? Tomorrow probably not. Did I be? No, it's just Dustin. I know he's gonna be here tomorrow. He should be here anytime.
I think I'll be here. I think I'll be here either Wednesday or Thursday.
He should be.
We'll talk about it.
Well, so that's why I asked.
Call faster.
Faster?
Some people are very.
That's 100% how I should be.
Let's see if the bathroom's open. That's probably она была до этого, нет, она не всякое отстранять. Не на ее отстранили, пригласили обратно сюда, она поработала. Сейчас это сопевшая инициатива. Понял. Хорошо, хорошо. Да. 150 человек, блядь. Там надо этот скетчел тоже на туалет поставить. Я тебе говорю, блядь. Еще один планшет. Расписать, да. Where did you go?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, like, you might have to speak to. Oh, do you?
I know, I'm not ready for this.
It needs to warm back up. Can you write where the computer's back in that? It's notepad. Back in the office? Yeah. You're not gonna be in the office anymore today. You're gonna be shadowing with our others. So after lunch, you can come up here. John White has you back in the office. Yeah, he was there for a little bit, but yeah, maybe that was a little bit. I just did that. Listen to the live power and take some notes, and then after that, you're gonna be shadowing our sales rep more. So you'll be listening to their calls and then by the end of the day, so you should be able to do that. Okay, so we're gonna be here the whole day till 4:30? Yes. Okay. That's fine. I just didn't know. Yeah, we're scheduled Monday through Friday at 8:30 to 4:30. Yeah, that's what we said, you guys are till like 8:30, no, like the school. Right.
Hello, this is Tommy. Yeah, hi.
Should be. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it should be.
Let me just triple check really quick while you're on the phone. And instead of you're looking at the contract, right? I'll just pull up the solo. Or I can even, it's in the email too, right? Let's see which one loads faster. Solo. Okay. Let's see. Dirks. Almost positive it's Wari. I just want to make sure. Dirks. Are you at the office today? Okay. I just got here too. Let's see. It's still loading. I'm sorry. Dirks. Springer. No. Agreement. Um, 28.8 kilowatt system, 400 triple black. Yeah, those are the Waris. That's great. That's it. Thank you.
Perfect. Yep. Bye.
John.
I don't know. John just told all these guys to go into the conference room. He's not even here.
Сейчас, секунду. Ну давай собирайся пока. Yo, what's going on with the new beats? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No worries. They're just. I don't think people are aware that they're supposed to be shadowing. They're just sitting in conference. No, you're good. You're good. Just wanted to double check. Thank you, man. See you soon. Bye.
Yeah. Hey, very good. I just wanted to let you know that we have Justin, who we met with our guest, is sick. Not even on the side, so just wanted to let you know that he was okay, you guys still on the road? Perfect. Very good. What was his what? I'm sorry. And then project success manager, the guy who wants to go over these people that are seeing who's going to do this and not. Those folks and myself will all be here. GM, Preston. Just letting you know. Sure, that sounds great. Well, I'm pretty sure I have time. You set aside that hour. Oh, but that was at noon. Let me see. Hold on. I have until 4. I have until 4 p.m. So I'm not worried about time. Yeah, we could talk about what adding in a ground mount array over there would look like, what it costs, and how much you'd then be getting back from the utility company adding those panels. We could talk about that. Sure. No, I'm in no rush if we're not. We'll see the magazines, and then your system will come shortly thereafter. I'm sure. I'm not in a rush. Very good. Well, I'm gonna take a look at the system right now, just before you come in, to see if there's maybe anything I can get done before we would shake hands here in about 15 minutes. Let's just see if I can get that proposal finished. If not, maybe we will go over it at another time. But yeah, see what I can do though. Just since you laid down the foundation, I'll see you in about 15. Drive safe. Bye bye. Ah. What's up, Epic Neener? Epic Neener. All right. Owen. This guy's coming in.
Philippi?
Huh?
Is that Mr. Philippi?
No.
Oh.
No. But he's still. You set that one up?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still talking to him.
Hell yeah, bro.
He's great.
That's good.
He's a good guy.
How big is that?
30.
30.
He just called me and he was like, "What if we put some panels right here too?"
Really?
I was like, "Okay."
What's his offset looking like with just those?
He's got 270, so he's
Okay.
making $65-$70.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a good system.
Yeah,
But
in the
he's coming up here in 15 minutes to talk about this and a magazine that he does
Really?
with Vlad. Yeah, but I I got to see how much it costs and how many we can fit over here
Gotcha.
to the side.
Yeah, that's a shit ton of solar panels.
Oh shit, almost hour.
Yeah. All right.
Good to see you, brother.
Yeah. You too.
Drakey Boo.
At any point, at any time, find yourself confused, don't know how to answer something, always ask questions. The more that you're confused, the harder this job is. So at any point, you need to get something answered. Everybody in this call center is a great person to ask. And by the way, technical questions, remember, if you have issues in the future, you have to people. Also, there's an agency on that page, and so you guys follow this rule.
Oh, right here. Right there.
Thank you.
He's right here.
Aiden's gone today, so.
We have a guy here, in-house person. He used to do marketing a lot, B2B specifically. So he came up with agenda for marketing, but it's not like it's like email marketing, content marketing, all that stuff. So we might have like different channels, like reaching out to those businesses. But
We already hire him?
he works just as a
Oh, got
he just used to work in marketing.
Got it. Does he want to door knock too? Or would he just want to do that other stuff?
I'm pretty sure you should have him do not
Yeah.
because he just knows it. But what do you think? Should we try to do some SMS marketing thing or just overall like this?
I know in my personal experience with businesses, doing that kind of outreach is very tough. And
In person is better?
oh yeah. Or in some way directing it. Because if it's just random, a random email or random text, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, what about cold call?
That's the next level up. It's a little better, but in person is, cold text and email, call in person. And it's like cold text, call, text and email, call, and then like in person. And it's like there's that you see that gap when you're shaking. It's like it's different. They just appreciate it. They love it.
Do you have leads?
Depends.
B2B?
I have some B2B, but yeah, some.
He has some. There's a couple softwares that you can just buy leads from.
You're right.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. But that's what if it were up to me, that would be what I do all week. All commercials.
Just like high level sales is probably not gonna work. Always not.
I'd be down to go in person all day.
It just in a way like the first we show up in person, kind of let them know what's up, and then kind of follow up via email and SMS.
Then that's
keep
fine.
on board,
Yes,
so,
exactly. That's
combine
fine.
those, yeah.
The first point of contact being in person is game changer though.
Yeah.
So that's why it was exciting when Justin said that's the plan.
Yeah.
That makes it. Yeah, that's huge. There's Dima.
Not sure. Trying to figure it out. Good. Very good. Because Justin was not here today.
Fuck. The person you were trying to reach is not available. It's a doll. Doll. Is
The sun's really nice though. Yeah, that was a good idea for 2 weeks, and then we're going to the new building.
When?
2 years.
there some internal delay to move over to that building? Yeah, but like why would
The building permit. We should be able to start the build out in 2 weeks.
why do I feel like that's cat?
It's not.
Okay, all right.
You can start building out the inside in 2 weeks.
But we could just use it as a warehouse and storage until then.
You can't turn on anything inside. No heat, no cooling.
That's why it's panels now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
a lot of the panels will move to different locations
Okay.
where the office will be.
So then 2 weeks,
We can actually
it's
start.
cleared out and we can move stuff in.
No, we have to start the build out. Put up walls.
Shit. Okay. So then how long of it is like the lead time for the build out?
Well, over half the building sells panels. So we get fully moved in. I mean, I think the offices could be done and moved into realistically by fall.
So hopefully we have like a new office by like next year.
Well, yep. You say something?
What are the blueprints? Are they like, is there gonna be offices inside?
Yep. Conference rooms, offices. It'll be a big office space like this. There won't be individual offices. But there'll be like 2 conference rooms. What's that? Yeah, you actually get half the buildings yourself. So you have a giant mega supercomputer for you to work on.
The whole side of the building is just Drake's
Yes.
18 monitor layout.
You can finally see everything at once.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. There's Dima. Found him. Fuck. All the way from Russia. We found him. Do you just put the cap on that to blow it up? Or yeah,
No. I mean, that would be nice.
do it.
Oxygen stops going.
Yeah, it would. If you kept it on there, I think it should.
You think so? You don't think it's gonna fucking the pressure's gonna like spin and blow less?
I think that's what it's supposed to do.
I think it completely cuts out the oxygen.
If
Because of the wrapper over here.
oh yeah, you think Drake? You think if you put the cap on that, the candle would stop? Yeah, he doesn't think so. Yeah, see, isn't that dope? It's the coolest way to put out a fucking candle.
It's still on.
Really?
Oh no, it's off. Alright, sweet. No,
It's just a cool way to take it out.
I was just afraid that the pressure.
Yeah, and I think that looks just cool the way it makes slowly. Oh, look at the smart brain on Dwayne Domain. The smart brain, smart brain on Dwayne. Big brain, smart brain. I think my guy's here. No, I should be good. I've got another nominee for the most Wisconsin name. Kevin Jerkowski. Oh, Jerkowski. Yeah, old Jerkowski. The last one was Danny Bukowski. Mike Bukowski. Good luck.
Yeah, stupid.
Would be right up my alley. As far as I guess gathering the customers for it, all the data for it. So
That's great. Every company should have somebody like you.
Yeah, right.
Seriously. We deal with a lot of companies and they're not all as pleasant.
yeah,
Jake? Mark, nice to see you as well. You guys have like a football team or something?
Yeah.
How is that?
Basketball, no,
Right?
we should. We should.
Or softball.
How you guys doing?
Fantastic. Got my wife to work today, which is super exciting. She's got a brand new hip 2 weeks ago. She's not supposed to work for a month, but
Back at it, she is.
Very good.
yeah.
How far of a drive?
She works in St. Paul.
Okay.
Doesn't live there.
Yeah.
She's came up me there when we came up here. It's a nice drive.
Well, from my house to here is 81 miles. I love driving.
Yeah.
This is good though, because we work together, so you get a lot done when you're
Yeah.
driving and stuff. You sit in a coffee shop and you get distracted, so
Right.
it's always really sweet. Have you seen anything like the publications?
I have seen the examples of it. Have I seen another magazine do this? Not necessarily, no.
Have you seen the BVM model or this brand of publication?
I don't believe so. No.
The other one would be a Stroll. It's called. They're CEO and RCR are pretty good friends,
Okay.
really good friends. And the Stroll can go to gated communities.
Sure.
So they'll go to beach communities, golf communities, 350 to 500 homes where our CEO chose to go to the community, which includes those,
Nice.
which would grow, lets us grow the community. So we start out at 2,500 and then grow it from there.
Very nice.
My publication Prior Lake is now over 4,000, which is fun. I'll get to probably 6,500 in a couple of years. Thereabouts. And we've got a chance to grow with you guys and share that those good words and all those great customers.
For sure.
And I'll get the customers soon.
Hey, very nice. Very nice.
Putting them on as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Right, I was just looking at.
I really it took you a while. Tony's been great listening to figure all out, breaking all
Oh, wow.
Just kind of put some of them by the. Can't really put it that way, the way I bet you'd want to, but just to sort of see what it would look like. It's kind of.
Did you want to fire that thing up again so they can see?
Sure.
I actually found our
So let's
Rochester,
see. This is the wood.
publisher has
This
a,
is- oh no, I was
Solar
thinking.
Connection, I think
Okay.
is the customer that's down there. He's an expert contributor. I stole one of his ads
Okay.
to show you guys kind of, I think, what Lamner wants to do and what you would want to do for. They have a picture like that of the top of the house, sort of, and then they talk about their company. But they didn't add in the special feature. Like, why wouldn't you add in the customer's experience?
Right. Right.
And I'm sort of going, huh. So I wanted to take that as an example to say, you guys can do things so much differently and better. And then drive into that community, drive into the community around it,
Right.
mileage. And they're seeing all your customer satisfaction, which is kind of cool. Which, I think we all get stuck. We all
Yeah,
want to tell how name, rank, and serial number.
We talked about
Driving by the, coming up here, we saw an Everlight
Everybody. Yeah.
billboard, right?
Yeah.
And we drove by there, and I said, "Grab the picture," and we were by. So we couldn't even go and get a picture, and all you see is their big name,
Yeah.
which is fine. But what we, and Vladimir, I think, sees as well, I think what's really cool, I told Tim, I said, somebody sees that, they're gonna go like this. Hey, honey, we gotta check this solar out. Check. What was the name of it again? Everlight. Okay, Everlight Solar. But when it pops up with the system that we have in place, you guys will come off.
Yeah.
If they put in Everlight, obviously there, but everything else below it would hopefully be Wolf.
Right.
Or Wolf Creek or Wolf River.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I wanted to share too as well. So.
And this is subscriber based, right?
No, it goes right to the homeowners.
Nice.
That was really cool.
All's the home, so if someone moves out of that home, it stays with that address.
What I would do with you guys for sure is every single time you get a project, you walk in with a magazine with your ad on it, with your logo, or you have a story in there, but you bring in, you get this. And I got a realtor, my realtor in Prior Lake uses the D's, and several houses sold because of the magazine. They're walking, do you get the magazine? Yep, great. And he'll just put it back in his briefcase. No, I don't. Well, then he'll open it up to his page where he's got the whole
There's
page.
testimonial.
That's me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So now it just gives some trust, some comfortability.
Yeah.
And then he goes, hey, by the way, I know the publisher pretty good. You want to get this magazine now? Sure. Gets his address, calls him,
Right.
put it in. With you, just give me a list of them.
Right.
I'll just get 100 of them. I'll just in every city that they're at, so they can come in. And then obviously that can be there. Their house might be there. That's a
Right.
on that. So you put their house on, you put their house right on.
What's the limit to addresses that you guys would put in? What makes sense, what doesn't make sense?
We want that. And our for you as a sponsor of the magazine, it's not necessarily you sponsor, you want more people to get it.
Right.
So your price one is price protected for life. So we have somebody in Milwaukee that's paying $97 for a full page ad every month.
Okay.
Came on board in 2007. Just had several price increases, plus that area went from about 1,300 homes to now over 8,000. And that's antique paper that's being paid for, but the customers, sponsors stay the same. So there is none. It helps us get, obviously, readability for us to come to you and say, hey, you know what? We'd like you to be in this magazine. It goes to 470 homes. Sweet.
Gentlemen,
how you doing?
How you guys?
Or would you rather see 4,000? Nice seeing you. You got the team here. Yes. So yeah, it really, you help us grow for sure, without a question. Like we need you.
Okay.
It works that way.
And you said you wanted to get to 6,500 in 2 years.
Well, it'll be about 2 years. It'll take minutes. That's what they say 5 years to mature, maybe. We're talking about numbers. So
Okay.
when I started Prior Lake, my question was, I start with 2,200. Where shall I be? And they say a mature magazine is between 5,000 and 7,000. They checked with Prior Lake. They said you should be around 6,500 in 5 years, and that's about the pace that I'm going. And don't know why more people just don't sign up because it's free. I guess they think it's a subscription, like you said.
Well, and there's so many unsolicited ones that they get anyway. So
Oh yeah, for sure. Is this the team?
This is us.
Well, this is what I wanted to show you that I pulled up now. I changed the name just a little bit. I added, this is a scan tool that says this is what people see when they look you up. And I put in Wolf Solar before because I didn't know any better, right? And it came up, and because I put the address in correctly, it picked up Wolf River Electric. So, but what happens is you go down, don't think that spread is bad. It's not bad. It's just saying there's some disagreement somewhere in Google and whatever it is. And we can look it up too if we want, but I don't want to waste a ton of time. So I put in Wolf River Electric, right? So I can already see it says Wolf River Electric Company. So that's just saying somebody's trying to find you and they put in Wolf River Electric. But your company has chosen to put in Wolf River Electric Company as the name of the company. So when people search, they might have to write that whole thing out to get that red to go away. And if you see it now, everybody seems to be trying to find Wolf Solar, because they can't find it, it's connecting. That's when you might want to make a decision. Maybe we should have a different, another Google page so that they can go to Wolf Solar. Possibly. That's what it's telling me. Phone number, is that the right phone number?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, it must be connecting to another phone number in the building. Okay, maybe no. Same thing, down here, the website, that's where it's going to when I looked it up. That looks good. Same thing with Yelp. Now that came up Wolf River Electric. I don't know why it's red, but it's fine. Anyway, here's some of the other ones, and this is pretty good. Here, the Latimer is where these are all up and coming platforms. They are relevant. There are people on them. There's homeowners, there's moms and dads on these sites, and they're growing. And with our, when I was telling you that listings thing, with one push of a button, you can have all those updated at the same exact time with the correct phone number, correct address, correct everything. Everything will give you consistency. And then also, if you want to take a picture of one of your customers with a testimonial and you want to add it, just like you do on Facebook or anything else, now you can add it to all of these sites with one push of a button. Hot Product seems to be a really popular one right now. CNE Local as well. But those are just all other sites that you can, with one push of a button, and manage it, and which saves you time, saves your marketing person time. Say, I can do this once, or I can do this 45 times. So that's really what I just find. I wasn't able to get it for some reason last time, so I looked it up beforehand. Vladimir, what would you like to show? I found this one also. These are the magazines that are existing right now. We have another 13 coming, and we're also going out. We got our first one in Hutchinson, and they're going to Wilmer next. We've got Duluth now, so we'll start connecting all the dots as we grow. 3 years ago, there was just 6 of us. So we like you are growing in a good way. So I want to show you that.
Looks like the 3 cities we got were Plymouth, Ramsey, and Cottage Grove so far.
Yeah, it's longer list now.
Yeah, I think we got 6, 7, or 8 of them on there now.
Okay.
But a bunch more coming.
Yeah.
So
So as we grow, and I know Plymouth Maple Grove is coming soon. That's on our hot list. St. Michael is coming. We've got 3 in Minnetonka, which is kind of weird. Part of that is Wayzata, but it's, I can't remember the actual name. Is that Skipper Living? But that one encompasses some of those towns are kind of together. So our Cottage Grove gal has a couple sales. So she's trying hard to, she came from New York, so I think there's a little struggle with her getting to be accepted into the community. So,
It's got a little bit of access.
yeah, so, but that's our growth. And like I told Vladimir too, is you can help me by telling us where you're going, because I'll work harder I'll recruit harder to get somebody in place. It's a great job. So us just more or less finding where do you want to go. And Wolf is telling us we should go to this town. It's a growing town. It's this, that. You can help us identify towns that are growing for you guys too.
Yeah, so we just started working on the list. I mean, so far, like Tony said, we have Plymouth, Ramsey, Cottage Grove, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Do you guys have any
The towns, yeah. As you can.
Would any of those fall within existing publications?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Woodbury, we got 4. Anywhere you see the white, we're getting some coverage. The actual magazine, depending on the school district, zip code, that kind of identifies the homes that get it. But like you saw on the slideshow, it goes to the high-end homes. We don't go into mobile homes. We don't go into apartments. It's higher end homes at first. That's that first 2,000 that we get, and then it's up to us to build it from there. And so again,
So, for example, like Cottage Grove, it's in a white
Yeah.
next to Woodbury. That doesn't mean they will receive
So
Woodbury
Woodbury-
magazine.
these are all magazines in existence today. The green ones are mine. But these are in existence. They've been in existence. Woodbury's been around for 10 years, and there's 4 magazines in Woodbury. Todd Albright's his name. He's a great guy.
Is that because there's more nice neighbors?
Not necessarily. It's mostly Todd. Todd started the first one, and he identified 3 other areas that could have their own magazine. That's really all it is. You got Lakeville. You got Lakeville North and South. Easy 2 magazines because they fight each other anyway. So, but no, Cottage Grove is a gal that's starting right now. Hastings is coming. We just hired somebody to start at Hastings and Red Wing. Nothing in Cannon Falls. I had a guy in Northfield, but he moved. That's just my little areas that we're going. But all these little towns in here, Minneapolis is really tough.
Yeah.
Just because it's the business community doesn't know where to put their dollars. You can put your dollars on Lake Street, you can put your dollars in Edina. It's really comes into a business point of view. What are you gonna do with your dollars? So for you folks, and thank you so much for explaining and getting some ideas. I also found something. So this is our Rochester one, and that'd be a homeowner that you guys can nominate. But we came down to right here, solar connection. So he's an expert contributor, like I told you, right? So he gets 4 times a year, he gets a full page to talk about solar. Not so much his company if he can, but really it's showing that he is the expert in that industry. Well, I look back and he has never written it. He's never done one article. He's had plenty of articles written about solar, but obviously he's got a reason why he is not writing an article, because he paid for it. But when I started looking down, this is what I got. That one kind of tells your story. Latimer, you were telling me you want the home. The only thing he's missing, what's he missing there? Is that
Customer.
Yeah. So my vision when I saw that ad, I said, what if you were to put that and you do 4 of them or 2 of them or whatever you want, but then down here you have the testimony of that customer in that house. That's monstrous. I mean, that speaks of itself because you got all their neighbors all reading it because they all get the magazine in that area. So all these houses that are thinking about it, so they're going to go and say, hey, Joe, I saw you in the magazine. That's your house. Great. That looks awesome. Tell us more. Tell us more about the savings you have. Tell us more. Does that fit what you were kind of telling me? I mean, last time you were talking about testimony, having those homes showed.
Yeah, I want to really highlight the customers. I don't know if that does the same because
No, I think
it's more of a marketing play. You know, you're just showcasing reviews, but you're not necessarily connecting to your neighbors.
Yeah, but I saw the picture. I think in my head I was going, okay, instead of just showing a bunch of houses and not saying anything on there, show the house and now write the real testimony that they can actually see on Facebook or whatever, and then write up to your team, thanking them or whatever. So again, you can play this, and that kind of told me why he didn't write an article, because he's obviously probably getting enough play. He's got a full page ad. I can't speak for other people and why they don't utilize. He has 4 articles he could write and have some fun with. But
do you guys do social media along with these magazines?
Big time. Yep.
So for the magazine, what kind of social media would you do?
Virtually.
This in the first meeting.
Yeah. Our digital is pretty much set up with Facebook and Google to start, and it goes off to Instagram. Our back end reviews, you get a dashboard that your marketing people can use to push and write reviews on what people are writing about you. But the digital part, that's where I'm wondering if there's let's go back to this. Just scoot here. You guys have seen this a few times. So those are our 3 anchors, of course. With Facebook and Google, they are ads, but our company reached an agreement with those folks that you guys have boosted, I'm sure. You pay to boost to get pushed ahead. Well, the agreement we have, we are first presentation when you enter into that area of distribution. So if you come to Prior Lake, the first people you're going to see is Jimmy Gilbertson. You're going to see Above All floor covering. You're going to see you're going to see Justina's Pet Sitting, because those are all people that paid for the digital push, and it goes up before anybody even pays Google or Facebook. One time, and then it goes into the sequence, just like normal. But so that's the agreement we have. That's our digital presence. And then stop if you need me to. I'm gonna try to get to these guys where we can talk to the digital side. So what really is important for us, which was a great question, we start with the validation, the trust within a community with a product that's delivered directly to a home. We move it into their computers and phones where they get the eyeballs. Simple eyeballs with you and the amount of effort you put on the billboards and some of those things, your name is known, the color is known. Tap into that now, into that community on a little different basis. 'Cause our digital is very focused. It's you can get creative, like Closet by Design. They're everywhere in Wisconsin, but they strategically place their digital output with BBM so that it goes to all those areas. Just take some thought. The sports is something special. We own that. Only our customers can be on that. Here's your push, the online presence with the reviews. That is exactly what the dashboard kind of looks. So you get, when I said about that Everlight possibility, so all your keywords, electric, solar, wolf, all those things. If I'm driving on the road and I see Everlight and I say, hey, check out solar. We're thinking about getting solar panels. We just saw the sign, even though it wasn't you. If we see you, we're gonna remember that, right? Everlight might come up on my phone, but because of all your digital presence on the ground, it's gonna push you right below that if I put Everlight. But if I just put solar, it's gonna put you right at the top before anybody else. And that's because of all the connecting points that BBM has done. We're not gonna be SEO, we're not gonna be a web developer. We do all this stuff for small companies, but for a company like your size, we wanna be able to utilize what you're doing already. If it works, why would you ever wanna change it? Because we're not gonna use billboards, but you can connect all the dots and move ahead of your competition in the given area specifically where you might wanna grow. This is where you can find out all your digital stuff, your digital impressions, your reviews, your engagements, how many engagements you get, how many click-throughs you get. You'll have a list of every one of those 40, 45 other platforms. It'll also give you your impressions on those too, because they have impressions. They have customers that are looking for you. But if you're spending all your budget on Facebook only, you're not getting all the rest on Google. But that's why it's important to have a big picture, like Vladimir showed us. Anything crazier? I mean, I can go deeper and you can see video and stuff, but we went through that and I don't want to take up all your time. Just kind of answer anything you've got, thoughts, ideas, how we can help you, you can help us.
And if you want to see some of the presentation, we can send it to you. If you want to see some of the stuff we talked about.
Yeah, whatever decks you guys have, you can for sure send our way to look at.
This exact one we can send you. It refreshes every 3 hours, just so you know. So if you don't see it in 3 hours, just ping us and say, I need it again. Send it over.
So the way people would get these ads though is just what on Facebook, their address is listed as, Ramsey, and then these ads would be pushed more onto their Facebook account, or how exactly do people get targeted?
Well, you've seen the sponsor. You go on Facebook or Google and said sponsored by. Those are all ads.
Yeah.
Your ads get pushed in that geographical area ahead of anybody else. Yes, that answers your question, but it's different because that area. We're not going to go and send you down to Florida or Texas. It's specifically in Ramsey, in Prior Lake, in New Prairie, because that's where you're marketing. And the price will reflect that. So that's a $150 deal. So compared to some other ones that charge way more by the click and stuff. And it's for that purpose. We want you to get the visit in that area because you've asked for it.
So the Facebook fee includes all the ad spend as well, or is it separate?
No. You spend on Facebook whatever you spend. That's your relationship. Our relationship with Facebook, we buy all those ads. We buy millions and millions of dollars of ads every month. And we share them with our clients, our sponsors, in specific areas. That's the difference. When we buy Facebook, we don't buy Facebook for this. We buy Facebook for this, wherever our sponsors ask us to market. And that goes hand in hand with the magazine. It was just creative. That's all you did. Did the same thing with Google. And then we now get to tie into all these other sub platforms that are just looking for a marketing dollar. So
Do you guys see more impressions through the socials than you do from the physical?
Great question. See more on Google than anything because you're connected to a word search, where on Facebook, it takes time to connect all the analytics and you go into Facebook, let's just say you're on my Facebook page and you're looking at my son's basketball game or something, right? There's still ads there, but when you're there, it knows me, it will connect you with mine, and then all of a sudden you see over here your paint, and you're thinking about painting. If you look at that for 3 to 5 seconds, the analytics are gonna say, this person's interested in it. So the next time you come on, it's gonna connect you to another paint to see if you looked at it again. It just keeps doing all those back, behind the scenes, connecting on you, and then if you ever click it, you know what happens.
Right, yeah.
You're getting them over and over and over. So that's really what Facebook, and they do a great job of it. They really want to get us to click something so that they know what we're looking for, so that we will buy it. And that's what they do well. So your ads get in that local area over everything, and then through time, Facebook will do their magic and connect you, and then connect you with the businesses that are supporting the magazine. In your case, solar is a little different because we want to digitally connect you to what you're probably already doing with it, but then connect you to that community that you want. You want to own all of it. Anything solar and fire, like you should be the first one call. Period. That's ultimately. Then in the end, it's us. The relationship I would have, I'm not talking to anybody else. It could be a handshake, it could be a contract, it could be anything, but in the end, when I go to Chamber, when I go to Rotary, somebody mentions the word solar, now you get mine. Now I'm endorsing it. Your customers, I get to know them. We put them on the cover just because you nominated them. That's another way just to keep saying, in Prior Lake, Wolf Solar's the people you need to call, period. How do you know that? Well, talk to Mark, talk to Judy, talk to Susie, talk to whoever that know and have used them before. It becomes our benefit over time as well.
Okay, so for the ads, the socials, and then the magazine, it'd be a fee per city, right?
Yes and no. For the magazine, for sure. You're spending your money in that city, that community. We're all different publishers, we're all independent. The digital all goes by area. It's not just a city, it's not just a zip code. It goes out, usually about 15 miles the radius, or you can plug in towns. They've set up so you can either go by, let's just say, New Prague. You may not want to go 15 miles. That's a lot of farmland. But you go Prior Lake, now you catch Edina, you catch Eden Prairie, you catch Lakeville, you catch Chanhassen, Chan. That one there, 15 miles, would be better than 5 communities.
Yeah, Prior Lake, you get the Shakopee.
I've got Inspire Services in New Prague magazine. They went digital, but they're locking into Mankato, New Ulm, St. Peter, and Rochester are their cities that they want, because they do business in those towns. Plus, they're growing. They opened up an office in New Ulm and St. Peter because they know they get busy. People want their services. That was a great question. The exclusivity, maybe go back to this one here. So here's our tour. This is one of the areas that I showed you on that other solar collector. This is the anchor of our company, without question. 72, I think, was the last percentage. 72% of our expert contributors renew after 3 years. It's a 3-year royalty. Anything exclusive is a 3-year commitment by us to you and you to us. You're exclusive. We're not going to promote anybody else. That's what we do. And I think that's why these folks all come on board and they stay, because they are listed as experts. They're the only expert in their field, and their price stays the same for life. So when it comes time to renew, they look at it and say, do I really want my competition to become the expert? And we don't want that. We'd love to have a magazine with all experts, because they're not going to write articles either, because they all get to write 4 full-page articles every year about their industry and their business. And that's always very nice for all those folks. We had a little different idea, different thought, because I, as a publisher, 60% of that magazine is stuff that I find. It's stuff that if you and I were out to dinner or something, we met at a networking thing, and you had a really cool article on solar, it behooved me to say, Leonard, can you share that article with me? I'll put it in my magazine. Free. There's no cost. It's you making my magazine better, more impressive to read, and it's a relationship that we've built. And that's kind of how we work as independent publishers.
So when you say the 4 a year, is that 4 full-page articles a year?
Mhm.
Okay, so outside of those 4, what would it look like?
You
Just expert,
The space.
you listed as expert?
you're always listed as expert,
Right.
12 months a year. You get those 4 full pages. On that full page, this one here is a great talking point. So evidently, let's just say Mr. or John up there, Join, whatever his last name is, he chose to give this information, but it doesn't fill a whole page. So our designer put his ad right in on that page. Let's just say he had a half-page ad and the article takes up more than a half page. That ad would move over here and the whole page would be an article. Your space that you rent every single month can vary in size too. It's just space. So you get that 12 months a year, your articles 4 times, that listing 12 times. But let's just say you do a really cool job on Tim's house and you pray. That next month, you might want to highlight Tim's home, take up the space, but then increase the size of your ad so that you own both pages possibly. You might just want to take, instead of let's just say you're in another magazine because you're utilizing the digital and you only got an 8-page size, which you can't say much, but you've got a brand new home that just completed, you want to highlight it and make it look good. That month, increase the size, let's call it a full page, and then the next month you go right back to an 8. So you control every single month how you want to highlight yourself in the community.
So we could choose to go big or go home every single month.
Go back to your original. Or if you just want a full page like that one guy all the time, that's your decision. But with what we talked about, I think it'd be more advantageous to take your budget and utilize it in more areas. I think that's just me listening to what you guys said. So
I think that's what we're most interested in. And we want to obviously highlight our homeowners on that.
absolutely, I do too. I think we're both on that same page for sure. You wouldn't believe how many homeowners, that one blew in the Prior Lake, the Hanson family. I've got at least 25 communications, text via email, just at Rotary. Oh, great picture of that. And boy, it's like, oh yeah. And so they talk. That they get really excited to be on that thing. And you guys get to nominate. I don't care. So
Is there a call out for Wolf River on the front too, though?
Oh, yeah.
You nominate them.
Just, the name of the article, right? Would be
no,
right
on
here.
the inside this, we put it down. If you were to nominate them, I would say, hey, this family is nominated by
Oh, right
your
here.
name and Wolf.
On
We
the
always
cover. Nice.
not well on the cover, probably not
Yeah.
on the cover. It'll be on the story. So
Yeah.
the front
Yeah,
page of the story, we don't put a lot on the cover. We do that on purpose because we want the family on the cover. So, in fact, I wanted to put down like a little mini table of contents on the cover, and I said no. we don't wanna do that. Same thing. We can't. Let's just say you're nominated for the cover, okay? And you want to have your hat and your shirt and all that stuff on there. It won't ever happen. You'll never see that ever. Now, you get on the inside, oh yeah, put all your gear on, let's all hug and show your picture of Wolf River. But on the cover, it's truly about you and your family. That's what it's meant. That's why I think this is, you didn't get to see this picture.
Is there a list of all the publications available? Magazines, like, I know there's a map.
So that's just ours. We're called the Minn Kota division. We have about 1,800 publications total, and there's a little over 1,000 publishers. And we still continue to grow at that pace. We're still growing at this pace every single year right now. So publications, we've never, ever had one go bad. Only because some of us move, some retire, some are old like me that I might want to retire. So they'll take my magazine and it's called a flip. So they'll run it from corporate first until they find somebody to take it over. Because obviously there's an income there. You can hire somebody and say, hey, I'm going to buy your business, but we pay nothing for business. All you have to do is get 5 sales and you can take over the magazine. So it makes basically companies always said you got to earn it. You don't have to pay for it. You got to earn it. So that's kind of how the business has stayed like this and never lost a magazine. Now we have one in Brainerd Lakes that's up and running. That magazine has honestly never ever produced an income per person. the gal that runs it is the content coordinator, so she gets paid a content coordinator fee, and she's a designer, so she designs it, so she takes that fee. And living up there, she doesn't need any type of income, and she just doesn't want to sell. So the magazine's up there running, and she designs it and writes the article, and she's happy. So are we.
You guys look into like anywhere like Cross Lake or anything like that up north?
You would tell me that. I don't know. I'm sure if somebody up there would call us, or if you would, what they do at corporates, they'll take a look at it from the sky up and see, okay, here's the homes. How many homes at what value? And up there, you're obviously not going to be like a Prior Lake, and the houses on Prior Lake are 1.7 million average. Up there, guarantee it's not that, but there's some farms up there that are worth a lot of money. So you look at that first, and you come back and say, you know what, you got 413 homes that are 600,000 or above. And you got all these other ones equating to 1,500 homes totaling 395,000 and above. And that'll be your base. So that magazine would start out like 1,500 delivery. Then they're gonna say, here's the businesses in that area. We only have, let's just call it 42 businesses. And that's when they'll say, okay, how about the adjacent towns that would want to market to Cross Lake? So that's what they do. And then they come back to us and say, you know, Vladimir, that's great, Cross Lake. Why don't we add another city, which would give your head count, your delivery count up, and it'll give you more validity to the businesses that want to market your area. And yeah, then we can give you one, we'll call it Tri-City or something. So they're creative as far as creating a Brainerd Lakes. It's Brainerd and the lakes around it. So I know up at Duluth, he just went to print. He just found out last Friday that he's going to print in Duluth. There'll be at least one more magazine in Duluth. There'll probably be an Iron Range magazine, which will include Hibbing. But that would be all his area to grow. And he could literally have 3, 4, 5 magazines and give himself a very nice income and responsibility as a business. So, yeah, I can obviously get that for you, Vladimir. I can get any of those numbers for you. It would just take a little research on my part and get in the back office or call somebody.
No, because I mean, it seems like our list was a little bit of a mess, you know, since we have like Plymouth and Ramsey and Cottage Grove, and there's not necessarily a magazine just for Cottage Grove. Is that
It's
right?
being built right now. It's not in
yeah.
print yet.
Okay. Which is totally fine. I think if we want to highlight somebody, you know, would highlight somebody who lives in Woodbury then instead.
I
So it
agree.
mentions the magazine.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'd be with you on that. Now, just Cottage Grove could be very interesting because we could take that home and market it to the towns next to it, like Mendota Heights, or, you know, as we grow. I mean, you might say, this is very particular. This roof is really cool. There's some special designs. And then we also take that and market it somewhere else. Even if it's not that town, it shows you. So don't, you know, you guys are creative. Do with that and just have fun with it. And I love your print. There's something about that. There's 2 things for it. There's a concrete company up at the UP, Upper Peninsula. That's all pink. Everything's pink. Their trucks are pink. Everything's pink. And they are just absolutely going crazy with business because they're remembered by everybody. There's not one person. If you got pink in that town up there, Ironwood, you know, it's the company. So taking a special color like that and highlighting it that's a brilliant idea. That's solid. I was checking out and I saw pink everywhere. I'm going, oh, that's why you get pink. I got you. I might have to go to your
I love
store
it.
here and pick one.
I love it. Yeah, it's great.
They'll say Wolf Solar next time you see me. But anyway, so that's good. Anything else you think?
No, that sounds. And then the experts, is it the expert per magazine or?
Each magazine has its own experts.
Okay.
And that's good. The great thing is, one, you're exclusive, so your competition can't write any articles. Competition could buy an ad, but they cannot write an article. So they're going to buy the ad and they're going to pay for that space. And if they're going to write a story, they're going to pay for a whole page. And it's on their space. You own that. You put whatever you want on it. But in our relationship, I want to, and I told you that, I wanted to have something on solar every month. We come up with a clicky name up in a corner, shining, light shining, or whatever we want to come up with. I'd like to have a tidbit. I'm working on Ask the Mechanic. I've got the Spirit of Dining, which is a liquor store that's just going to connect the spirit to the restaurant's recipes. I want to come up with something because electric and heat and the savings that Tim's been telling me, there's something there that I think the magazine could share with a community, whether you have an ad or not. I have a desire to make my magazine different. I have a desire to also share something that's different. And you could help me with that. And I would then take that article and send it to all my other publishers and maybe they'll flip it. At that point, you're becoming an author, not a sponsor. Authors are free. We talk to them all the time. You just give us the info, we write the story, or you give us sort of written and we'll edit it, check on it, make sure trademark and patents are all covered and none of us get in trouble. But in the end, you're an author at that point. So we don't promote your company, don't put names, ranks in it, and all. We just say, Vladimir from Wolf Solar Electric, Wolf River Electric. That'll be down there. But so that's what we do. And I told you I want to do that with you. And that could be in a lot of places. I know my magazine I have total control. I can do anything I want, but I want to move over to Burnsville, which is connected. And we got some monster houses there on the Legends golf course and stuff. Tom and Jen are two of my best friends in the world. They're the publishers. They'll do it. And then moving over to Jeff Stelmach over in Rochester and Rosemont. He's our big joint the country. So yeah, I just want to grow with you, and I'm fascinated by it. Tim's been getting feeling pumped up.
Last question. So if we chose to go to 10, 15 different areas, would we go through you for everything, or so we could?
As long as you like me. And Tim.
Either one of us, but yeah.
Yeah. Our company's set up our company's great. You probably your company as well, right? But our company, I've never been with a company like this ever in my life that cares more about you and me before themselves. You first, us second. They created so that all of us publishers communicate. We talk. We can sell anywhere in the United States, and the compensation is such that we both get paid. Because somebody's got to take care of you with the ad in their magazine. And then you probably don't want to talk to 15 different people. Sometimes maybe you do, but you can. But hey, Mark, I'm thinking about going to Hudson. Hey, Mark, I'm thinking about going across. Hey, Mark. Well, hey, you really should talk to Julie over in Hudson and talk to Jeff over in La Crosse. You're a pretty busy guy. You're probably going to say, okay, yeah, we might do that. Or you just talk to me. You just give me an idea what you want to do, where you want to go. And then say, Mark, come up with it. Tell me how much that is. Or, I want to do digital here and I don't want to be in a magazine. I want to be in the magazine, but digital, let's hold back. The flexibility for you to do what you do is good. It gives you a lot of flexibility, and then might cost me a cup of coffee or beer, whatever your fancy is. I do both. So yeah, that's a good question as well.
Okay. And how much does it cost to be an expert? That gets us 4 articles a year, right?
Yeah.
No, ad space is separate.
Yeah, that you pay for the ad space. The expert comes with that. And it really starts out by distribution. I think we played around with Apple Valley or something, but I would love to obviously start a relationship with you with Prior Lake or New Prague so that I can do exactly what you want, what we create together, and just market the heck out of those two cities, and then I'll push it forward. I'll get you in Bloomington. I'll get you in Rosemont. I'll do that. But only if I have more clout, let's put it this way, if you're in Prior Lake and New Prague, because it's mine, and I can say it, and Tim's with me. So, but then you just sit down and play it. And like I said before, we can move some things around, but here's my suggestion there. It takes a while to build up somebody to get to know you, right? You're not going to get somebody that's thinking about solar today, but put their money into it till the water's gone, or you can come out and look at it. You never know when they're thinking about it, but if you're in there one day and out the next, it's just tougher that way. So I would recommend sometimes you still get your expert, but maybe tone down the size, save some money, utilize me to write more articles and have more fun together, and then that will evaluate what you want to do the next time. And I will help that way. This town, you go to Edina, Eden Prairie, in Rosemont, you got a lot of athletes with a lot of money where money does not matter. It's the service. If you don't do good service, they're in trouble with those guys because they'll tell everybody. They're used to that. But then you go to somebody like Tim and I, we want to save money on our electrical bill. I don't care. And I want that service.
That's why I really broke it down as investment, because it's gonna take a while to pay in addition, but when I look at long-term investment, that's what really got me. But we talked a lot back and forth.
How many times did you guys
right away? Good Lord.
4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
at least.
half a
So,
dozen probably. Yeah,
You
I'd say.
take those 6 times and you have that conversation in the magazine, people that haven't even called you yet, but they're thinking about it. Tim's talking to people and they may or may not believe it, but all of a sudden they see the article in the magazine and it's exactly the questions that's in their head. You're answering them. It says Wolf River Solar, period. You're answering it before they even call you. And then they call. That's what they've shared with me, and I know it for a fact that that's the value of a consistent sponsorship.
And
Telling the story.
you mentioned something about if we were authors.
Yeah.
That would be us providing you and then you read it over.
We
and all that.
write that most of the time, or we just get you write it and then we edit it to
Okay.
make sure it's not an ad.
And then it's, you said it wouldn't be charged at that point, or?
You're an author in my magazine. 60% of the magazine is authors.
Okay.
40% are the sponsors.
If you were an author and let's say we had a 1-page
Mhm.
piece every
Mhm.
month.
Mhm.
So it'd just be a free 1-page piece and that includes photo, just like everything
That
else.
might cost you a beer.
Right. But that's more or less how it kind
That's up to the publisher. We are all different. I've told you what my desire is. Jeff Stelmach, who runs our Western Division, who has the 2 Rochesters or Rosemont, he doesn't have time to even mess around with that.
Yeah.
So his decision is different. You'd have to get to know his staff, get to know his content coordinator, or get to know me. And I tell Jeff, hey Jeff, I'm putting 2 articles in your magazines in Rochester that I had in mind. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, because he doesn't have the time to even think about it. And that's, I think, the value that I can bring to the table for all of us. Tim and I work together. He's an account executive. He can go anywhere he wants. He doesn't have a magazine, but he works with us as publishers. So I'm lucky that he's right next door. So he can run things when I'm working with you guys, trying to get you to where your team wants to go or where you finish a project. If you know ahead of time you're doing a project somewhere, tell me so that I can do my due diligence and talk to the publisher. And we're gonna have it maybe before, during, and after 3 months. So you got 1 month. It's coming. Watch this grow. Maybe you can put a picture of the next month. Say, here's what it looks like today, and then here's the savings. And Latimer, you told me about the savings part of it a little bit. That's info. That's info you want to hear. You start telling people how much they're going to save, but the misleading thing is they don't know when they're going to get it or how they're going to get it over time. But share that now. Nobody else is doing it.
It's not instant. You have to look at it as an investment over time, because with more power being needed and all this stuff happening in this state, look at, was it, by what year, looking 80%?
2040.
2040, 80%, right, has to be renewable energy.
100%.
100%, yeah, so it's like, well, that's gonna cost money.
Yeah.
So
And it's truth,
just-
guys. It's truth.
Well,
What
no, that's
do we
fine.
hear on the news all the time? My daughter's a nurse on HCMC, and she's a very good one. She's prior chair for the nurses union. When we had that COVID stuff, she was on the COVID task force. And she literally told my wife and I said, you guys got to quit watching TV. Stop. Do you really think those people know more than the doctors in our hospital? And our doctors don't know anything. So if they don't know anything, I guarantee you they don't. Stop. Where you guys could share truth about this energy and stuff, and where it's coming, how it's coming, because you guys know you're lobbying for it. You got to pay attention to it. So that's kind of why I'm really excited about the messages that I can share on Prior Lake. Prior Lake's a really unique town. Very, very wealthy, very committed, very energy oriented. Those places around the lake, they're great people too. They support that town. That town is just lit up like Lake Park Music Festival. Make $2 million a year, and we donate 180,000 of it, or 1.8 million of it. We donate, but we raise that because of that town. It's pretty fun. So that's a town I definitely. The Minnetonkas are also similar to Prior Lake. I don't think they're quite as committed because it's so vast. You know, all those little towns. Prior Lake is Prior Lake.
So everybody that's receiving this magazine right now, they have to be subscribed?
No subscribe.
No.
Goes to a mailbox. So once it goes that mailbox, that people move out, the next people move in and get the magazine. It's there for life. It'll never go away.
Gotcha.
We've had people. I had one guy call. He was pretty mad about something. There was a cover fan, a guy that he didn't like and stuff. And he said, "Take me off the subscription." I said, "You didn't pay for it." "Oh, we'll take it off anyway." "I can't." Goes to the post office. they're not gonna take your address off of delivery. It's just not gonna happen. And then I finally he wouldn't let go. I said, just throw it away every month. Take it and put it right in your garbage every single month.
Yeah.
And 2 months later, I did a really cool article about the veterans and Memorial Park on that one. He's a veteran. He called me back. He goes, I'm really sorry. I really didn't understand what you're doing, but that was a great article on the vets and stuff. And I'm keeping the magazine now. It's all good. It's all good. So that's what we get.
It's all about connecting community. That's what's so nice about it. It's not a bunch of ads. It's about that connection and education on your part. Try to educate why solar. For the future, this is what's happening.
And we talked a little bit about before some things, knowing what you know now in your team here. So a publication, fair to say, Prior Lake, you wanted to start with one, you want me to look in, I can do anything for you pricing wise. I can grab a number of them, I can grab one, I can show you one versus another. I want to go where you want us to go.
Yeah, I think we can do the Prior Lake expert, but I think we still want to do highlighting of the families in different publications.
Love it.
So we'll just need a list of all the publications with their names, so then we can pick up Woodbury family for the Woodbury magazine.
In Woodbury, there's multiple, so when I'll do that, there's no real demographic. You might say, okay, that side, East Woodbury, there might be somebody right here in the middle, then both.
Yeah,
They might be one or the other.
we might do both then.
Right, or the highlighting thing.
Yeah.
I would tell Todd, hey, I got this great article, you should put it in there. Now for Todd, he'd be crazy if he says no. You know why? He doesn't have a solar person in his magazine.
Yeah.
So one, he's gonna gain a possible customer by having just an article, or bad thing is one of the other solar people might see it and they say, hey, we gotta get in there. But that's how you gotta be a little careful too. So when you're sharing your article, if you're not a sponsor, your competition might see it. Just saying.
Well, so for that monsoon we're highlighting somebody, can we put an ad in his magazine as well and pay for
You can always
that?
put an ad in magazine, for sure. I mentioned the roofer deal. So we did a thing and it was okay. Roofers are chasers. They chase things. So what they did is they wanted to go to a town where there was a storm. But this particular roofer was really smart because he wanted to stay after and get all the after effect business. Because all these storm chasers go from town to town to town and they have 4 to 10 people and they're just gone. He didn't. He left his salesperson in town that did nothing but join the chamber and start getting business for 1 full year after that. And he was super successful. Okay, but his agreement was that he'd go in these magazines for 6 months, usually 3 months prior to the storm, or 3 months after the storm, and then 3 months going on with the salesperson. So a different message. I was able to get that through corporate. Otherwise, it's 12, 24, 36 month relationship because we become your sales arm. You don't have to pay me. Just get us to know each other and teach us what you're saying because we go to a lot of events and I hate to say the wrong thing. So I'd have to sit in and teach me as if I'm going to work for you. And then I can help you get business that way. And all our publishers desire that. So yeah, we can bump some things around. You and I would talk about it and see how much value it is truly to you. Is it a town that you really want more business? Or is it a town that's growing and you want all that business as they grow? We just have to think about it before we jump around.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to spend your money and just jump around because you have one customer there. That's not my desire at all.
Yeah, I think as you mentioned, we could do something where we highlight a family and then stay in that magazine as a sponsor for like the following 3 months or something like that.
Yeah.
We'd be open to that. And then
I think we should look at every one of those. Look at it. I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
And again, have to be a town where you want that business and it's a good town. I don't know. And my publisher in that town may not know either. So as you get that, as we share the list now, and you say, here's the 11 towns I want, then I look at it too, and then I may know the publisher, I probably do, but I'll know some publications that are better than others. And as far as his commitment or her commitment to you, then I just say, yeah, those 7, I'd say we should do that right now because I know it'd be good value for you, and we'll do an article, we'll do this and that. And then there might be something I might do straight up and say, dude, you should really be the expert in that town. They don't have solar, and look what they've done. My son's Lakeville. When that pops up, they went in and they did probably, I want to say 4 to 6 houses in a 3-block neighborhood. My son showed me all the houses when everybody went in there. They knocked on doors, but they killed it. The sales rep that did that was really good. Now he's not there anymore. You should hire him. Work for you.
So, let's say we had a fantastic customer that we want to recommend to you. Is there any circumstances that you would deny that?
No, not at all.
Really?
They might say no, the customer.
Right. But nothing on your guys' end would say,
Well, unless they're really bad people, but you wouldn't do that, right?
no. But you guys got no
It's never,
criteria on that?
I've never had one that I've said no to. I've had, it's about the 80-20. 80% say yes.
Okay.
20 say no for whatever reason.
And then they all get this feature story, right?
Oh, yeah. And they get a.
This will be separate from our testimonial.
Oh, correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they'd be in a cover, feature.
Yep.
Wolf River testimonial.
100%. Now, you, because if that was yours, you might want to say, I want to be on that first page. And that's where we highlight, say, this family brought to you by Wolf River Electric, Wolf River Solar, whatever you want to say. And then your ad would go right there. That would be my recommendation for sure. You brought them, they know you. They're going to tell your story. They might even plug you in there.
Okay, so we could do them both on the same page.
Oh, heavens, yes.
I figured
We
that's the
designed
best
it.
way to do it anyway. So good.
But isn't it depends on the publisher? Because they might already have a family that they're highlighting upcoming.
That's a
events.
great question. So you can buy that space too, because that is our #1 read page by far in the magazine. Is the family, feature family. Realtor's page is second. But yeah, that space can be bought. You can buy the feature family spot in that magazine 12 months if you want. It's not sold that way very often. It's usually sold on usually a 4 or 6 month basis. Just because, think about it, if you're on that feature family, every time all of a sudden there's another winter's coming and you want to talk about the savings and stuff, you're not going to talk about it on that page. You're going to talk about it somewhere else in the magazine. But if you own that page, that's where you're going to be. All right.
Well, that's also the spot that the family and the family's friends are going to share it on social media. So
When you put a family, it's your family, yeah, that's the one you want. And we can talk. I have a I have a back page cover every September by a guy that does Christmas tree lighting. He's in 7 magazines at $1,800 a magazine for 1 month. But that's the only month he advertises. And some of our magazines already have a back cover, and I have to go to that publisher and say, hey, I got somebody that's interested in taking the back cover for 1 month. More than you're spending on it because it's elevated. It's only 1 month relationship. And I only had one publisher say no. So he couldn't be on that magazine. He only wanted to be on back cover because when we took the magazine over, that's what's showing.
What is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's not a bad idea either.
Christmas tree lighting company. His name is Rob. He's a pretty fun guy. It's only, he's busy, 12 months out of the year. Started in college. It's going into monster business. So when it comes out of that, Vlad, is flexibility. Flexibility. Never be shy to ask us anything. I love your question. I mean, yeah, whatever you're thinking, share it with me. If you got a town, then I'll take it. And I'll talk to that publisher on your behalf and just say, this is what my idea is. And again, if I have something to go on, say, yeah, check out my magazine. He does it. They do it in Prior Lake all the time. And we can test it there too with you guys. We'll try some different things in Prior Lake together. So going back to, you're thinking of the expert for sure in a Prior Lake type deal. Do you understand the digital part of it? And the value of, maybe more your alley, right? The digital stuff. So our digital is very focused into where you're marketing, right? And we have 3 different. I'll show you the differences so you have a good feel for it and you can be a voice. There it is. Oh, I didn't. So we have standard, premium, pro. Standard would basically, we usually put into that town, push on. We push out your ad every single month. And normally, this is something I didn't tell you about Vladimir as well. I would say 95% of our sponsors.
Can we toss it up there?
Yeah.
I'd like to see it.
There we go. Okay. So 95.
Should be just if you go down.
What's that?
You see the remote? Oh, it's that black remote. If you just click down once. I got it, yeah.
OPC. So basically, those are three. Standard is push only in that time. So in Prior Lake, we would push your ad out. You can have a different ad on your digital as you do your print. Otherwise, we take the print ad for consistency and frequency. We emulate the ad that you have in the print and we put it on digital. And then we resize it to fit whatever platform it is. So it's not you, we do that. So you don't have to give us 5 different sized ads to fit whatever pixels they are asking for. So first one is standard, it's push only. Second one is retargeting, which is very important. And then the last one gets you the distances. That gets you into 5 other communities, 15-mile radius. Our biggest example there is Closets by Design. They're in, basically, they cover the whole state of Wisconsin digitally. And they strategically got into magazines so that they could get 5 more spots for 15 miles, whatever it took. Their whole marketing plan was to leverage a local presence where they have a shop, a retail shop. They're in that magazine. And where they don't, they just do digital. So Closets by Design is basically they wanted the state. And now they're starting to come in Minnesota a little bit, starting to use a similar type idea. So that was shared with me. So they do the pro. So those are the 3 different programs we have. We can move around, we can add them. But again, where you're trying to market, that planner is a way where you absolutely could take a town that has no magazine, digitally go to that town when you highlight that family. So we put a picture of their ad on the digital, it gets sent around that area, get all the impressions, but you're not in a magazine. You're just digital in that town. And we don't even have a magazine now. But that's all part of your Prior Lake relationship. So the cost of that is I think the total cost of that, the difference between, I think it's like $150, $250, and $450. So it'd be like $200 difference to go to all those other towns. You're already getting it in Prior Lake. So that's why Closet Design really, they saw the cost effectiveness of a digital placement. And they still do a lot of ads in newspapers and stuff.
And that's those are the impressions. Right?
Yeah, that's the average. Right now on my pro, I'm getting way over. Getting 70 to 100,000 impressions per month with most clients.
How much is the pro?
It's like 420, something like that.
Monthly?
Yeah. But compared to the rest, you get the 5 cities versus.
But that's 420 each city.
No.
Or would that be the radius? So 420 for 5 cities.
5 cities or 15 miles. Yeah. It goes by your commitment to the magazine. Yeah, they made it. We're not a market digital company. We're not going to be. Never will be.
Yeah.
We're going to build websites for small companies, but it's a 2-page website and that's it. If you need more than that, we're going to refer you to somebody. We just want to serve our client, which is small, medium companies. We told Nike no already. Our CEO did. Because it took away from all the Nike distributors in our towns. I mean, they're selling Nike product. So we want them to get the business.
So like this article, Mark, am I able to find it online?
No, not before, but now we can. We went to our convention in January and I can now share all my articles. The magazines will never be shared online. They tried it on a very negative basis. It took away the value of your ad because people can just throw it in a spam box or trash or whatever. So they felt the magazine itself.
Oh, they were emailing it out to folks?
Yeah. They had a digital magazine. It just didn't work. Didn't work for our clients. They weren't happy. There was no consistency. We want that thing to sit on the coffee table in your house year-round.
I'm just
We have
thinking
people
about clicking it up and opening it, and just looking.
You go to New Market Bank, they're all laid out there. That's 20 magazines sitting in there every month that I stop in and drop one off every month. So they're there. It's just a piece. So you can't do that online. But your ad gets online. If you cover families, I always say thank you, and I put it on LinkedIn and I put it on Facebook, so I put it on there. But now they're going to allow us to put articles on there. So when you write an article, as long as you okay it to me, you say, Mark, yeah, you can post it. I can take your article and put it. I can't put your ad. You own that. You own those ads, by the way. Even if we create them, you own them. You can put them anywhere you want. You can use them in other magazines, other publications, whatever you want to use. So that cost is already there. We make all of our designs for our customers. If you don't have somebody, but if you have somebody making your design, graphic designer.
And every month you send those back to us, like you send us a PDF.
Yeah, you
of it.
proof it. Yeah, you proof it. And you okay it, and then in your dashboard that we shot, you can pull them out. Anytime they're all print ready and size. That's the company's done a great job as far as understanding. Again, you and I, they want us successful, and if we're successful, you're successful. You're successful, we're successful. We run the business down that route, and they just back us. So yeah, we can post those now as of January. So I haven't done any yet posting because I'm not quite that good yet, but I'll get there.
Okay.
Post them just on like the website, the UBM
We
website.
can post them as a connecting link.
Oh,
Like I
nice.
can post on Facebook or something and then say, hey, click here for the whole article. So they're teaching us. We have an academy, so as soon as I get that, I'll learn. But now I just take a screenshot of it. But sorry, pretty weak there.
What kind of old school? We're learning. We're learning.
Who you do that? You look at every like that's your job.
Screenshots, sure. Same thing,
You and I are on the same page.
for sure.
All right.
Gotta cheat the system sometimes.
Okay, play around here.
Do you guys have any other competitors that kind of do the same thing, or is this pretty much?
Our biggest competitor, obviously it's marketing dollars. That's our competitor. You have budget and you utilize it all over the place. Our biggest competitor is the Stroll, without a question. It's almost the same exact magazine. They do the same type of concept. It's just a way smaller, way smaller. For about the same price. But they target the monster houses.
Called the Stroll.
The Stroll. Used to be called, it's owned by N2.
Okay.
There's some local flavors. You'll see a lifestyle magazine out there. They're strong.
I think that's what we did.
Yeah, so lifestyle is a lifestyle. Each month there's a lifestyle theme, and that's what it is. And, it can be good, but when they're doing bakery, I'm not sure. That's up to them. But I know the gal that does the Stroll in my area. Amy's a nice person. She's great. I see her events all the time. But the Stroll is the big one. That's the one where would be any similarity at all. Otherwise, again, locally, Edina has 7 different publications, and 4 of them are local. It's a local publisher, maybe retired, cut a deal with a printer, and makes a local magazine. Minneapolis has a couple local magazines for little tiny blocks. So you'll see some of that stuff, and they're always asking for dollars. We feel because we've added our digital footprint, we've added the reviews, now we're going to add some other things. SEO is coming. There's a lot of companies that need that help, and we want to be able to provide it in one platform. Companies like yourself, I hope you see the fact that you can get Tim Ryan, just talk, get ideas before you even put them into a dollar, into a budget. You can just say, hey, think about this. Can this work? I get how the magazine works. I'm growing. This is where I want to be. What do you think? And then they'll let us get creative. And I'm sure we'll get told no. I'm sure of it. There's no question. I've been told no a few times for other things I've tried to do. But I personally don't say no, because if my readers get it, they're going to love it. So, in the new program, we have a guy that does firearms. He's an amazing guy, photographic memory. And he writes about history of various guns. He's writing about a Luger. He's writing about all kinds of stuff. I had somebody send me a note saying, don't you watch TV? There's mass murderers killing people with AR. So why are you promoting guns in your magazine? Sorry, but it's going to be in there every month.
Don't promote cars, they're doing car crashes.
Good one.
Yeah.
And solar is not a big presence in these magazines. Other than that, you guys had the one.
No, there are. That's the one I found. I was just taking around. Solar is a big player in our company. It's just that your footprint's different. And up until the last year, I don't know if we've had the flexibility to utilize digital for your industry. It really, when it comes down to it, when I started, we just had a magazine. You guys legitimately would have to get into every magazine. And now when we had digital for a couple $100, it's like, I can't get what they're trying to do. We just want to supply a service so you get business.
It's more creepy.
But no, I found 4 or 5, so I was looking for a solar expert, and that's what I found. And again, one at a time, I go to each magazine, go through each page. It's not like I can just connect. So, what's the name of that solar company? I don't know the name of the company, so I just had to. I sat up last night for a couple hours and just tried to find solar and came up with that one. That was the closest.
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw his ad, that's what made me think of you when we were sitting last time, and then thinking again. Your testimonies and stuff. Okay, there's a picture of a pool house, I get it. But there's nothing there that keeps me on this page. If I had a testimony from my neighbor that I know that kids play soccer together, I'm gonna read that, I'm gonna look at it, and I'm probably gonna call him and ask him, does it really save your money? So that really caught my eye, and I was just led there. It's kind of interesting. It was one of the last half hour when I found it. So totally out of the blue. Rochester's down the bottom of the list. I started at the top and just looked through the magazine. So, but I really wanted to find an expert contributor. But then I was hoping he'd write an article so I could show you what he wrote about. Right? He's been in it for over 3 years, and not once he never wrote one article. Not one. I said, well, this guy's paying like $1,000 a month for an ad.
Well, I saw 500 in 10 years, 500 designs in 10 years, something like that, right?
What's that?
Is that?
Oh, yeah. And I don't know if he has digital or anything. I can't look at that. We can't look at each other's customers. We can see it in a magazine. And we could call him and find out if he wants to say something. Usually they don't, but it's up to them. But I just wanted to find something and see what I saw. And I saw what I wanted to see because of what you guys have asked for since day one is testimonials. And I think that's brilliant. I think the other big thing is the misnomers, the misconceptions of your industry. I really think if you educate people on that, you're going to be light years up because nobody else is. They're knocking on doors and they're sharing it with a potential client, but they're not showing it to a bunch of prospects. Put 100 people in a room and 25% of them have the right opportunity to put something on their house without trees around and stuff. We learned that last time. And those are 25 prospective customers that you now can share them the information before they even call you. That's what I found it with that guy. I just went, wow, that's cool. So yeah, let me play around. We talked about last time, we threw out half page in Prior Lake, half page.
Yeah, unless we're writing an article, then it might make sense to go bigger.
So just so you know, any customer that comes on board with us anytime, we want them to enter into the community in a big way. So for the first 3 months, we upgraded it for free. So just so you know, that first 3 months, and you got to think about it, when you get put on, you get a full pitch. So now, if you have an article, business profile, you legitimately would have 2 pages for 3 months. We want you to come into a community with a bang, so they know who the heck you are. We do it all the time. If you're a full page, you get 2 pages. It's pretty. You get a center spread, but I already had that one. So I'm going to put that on there.
Do you think we can find some customers in Prior Lake?
I can do some digging. I probably have a few.
Okay.
A few existing, and then hopefully once we get some out there, I'll have some more.
We might even find some families in Prior Lake. We most definitely have some systems there.
How does that work with electric? So even though your electric go all over your grid, I mean, because your customers aren't just solar panels, it's the electrical program. What if they got CenterPoint Energy or they got another electrical company? Do they have to change to your company if they get solar panels? How does that work?
No, they're just we connect to their utility provider,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they don't have to switch utility provider, they just generate their own solar
There's a
energy.
question I had.
Something.
You basically take your solar energy, sell it to the power company.
Yeah.
And they pay actually at a higher rate than they actually sell back to me, so it's easy to like sell all your power to them. Anything extra basically is my profit or whatever. So once I had these panels paid for, I don't have to worry about electric bill the rest of my life.
So that question came from my wife.
I told him that.
There's a question right there. It came from my wife only
Right.
because we were talking. So think about it. If you got a family's got a party going on with 6 families, and they're talking about the article of they ripped the solar panels on their own house. In the back of the head of my wife was saying, I would never do that. Why would I ever change to an electrical company up in Insane? I would never do that. I am happy with my customers. So now she dictionated the solar panels because she thinks she'd have to change the whole electrical. There's a little white article. Did you know? So that was one of the pages I wanted to get. I wanted to get a did you know page.
Exactly, and then did you know that we're gonna be 100%, not renewable energy by, whatever you're at.
And then it would connect to all my sponsors. So that page would not be just you. I'd have, did you know the oil in your car might fall apart or something? Or did you know that red things on your cookies aren't good for you? I mean, I want to have a did you know, and then connect it to the sponsors in the magazine. So they call you and say, hey, I saw a did you know? Is that really? So how do you feel about the digital stuff?
I mean, it's intriguing.
I'm gonna play around with some numbers too.
Yeah, it's intriguing. We do a little bit of digital already, so I just don't know if the overlap would be there, but I mean, it's a conversation to have.
I think that's what we'd be concerned about, because we already pay somebody to do that, so.
So do they, again, I'm thinking more of your digital push to those cities. Can you get them to push? What would they push this article type? Because we're gonna put the digital we send out correspond with your ad. Are they gonna be able to tap into that somehow and push that? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, they can run similar ad and geo-target it for
Okay.
that area. So,
You might want to just check on the cost of that for giggles.
yeah, per impression.
You pay by impression then?
No, we have direct spend with Facebook, so we
Okay.
spend directly with Facebook. They just manage the campaign.
Okay. That'd be, because I want to price something out so you can go away with it. So should I leave some portion of the digital on there to test it, not the 4 or 5 states, the big one?
Say it again, sorry.
Should I put just the standard on there, and just leave that on there and not upgrade it to premium or pro at this point?
Yeah.
You can always upgrade if you feel comfortable and you say, oh, hey, this budget, this helps me hold from Peter to pay Paul again. How about Google versus Facebook or both? They're 2 separate items. Do you use both now?
Yes, we do both, but so Google, is it going to be Google Ads or Google what exactly?
It could be Google Ads on when they search. So
And when they click on something, it goes to our site or it goes to the article?
both. So if I'm looking up Ace Hardware and your ad shows up next to it, if I click on that, it's going to go to your website.
So it's ads for our
It'll be
website.
ads, yes. And
Okay.
it'll click to your website. They don't have to go to your website to get you. Your ads will show up on anything connected with all those keyword insertions that you put in. So if I'm looking up Ace Hardware, I get to Ace Hardware and your ad sitting there and I'm looking at it. Again, the engagement side, I don't click on anything. It's just that next time I go to, maybe I'm looking for door hinges, which is connected to an Ace Hardware, they're gonna put your ad on there just to see if there's a connection. Now there's engagement. Maybe I clicked on it, now I go away. So
Let's
it's
do
an ad.
No ads. No ads.
So no Google.
No Google, no Facebook.
Or just a standard Facebook in that town. Probably like,
What I want is this article to be available, once we do write the article,
Yeah.
I want it to be available online so that there is something linking this article to our brand and our website.
okay. Yes, you'll have to, if we don't have digital, and I can't do it, it'll go to our digital that's there. obviously, your article, and when you write it up. But I can't tell Facebook what to do. That's your relationship with Facebook. I can't do that. You'd have to do that.
Well, no,
I'll give you the article,
yeah.
and you can do whatever you want.
Yep.
But I have no power, I have no way I can tell Google to post anything.
What I'm trying to say, we don't need any more ads. I just need this article, and it seems like you guys are working on it, to be published on a credible site that can backlink to our site.
I see. So, yeah.
Because it helps our SEO and our,
Yep.
like when somebody searches Wolf River, they're not only will see ads in our own website, but they'll also see stories as
That's the
well.
listings part, yeah. So that's the listing. So digital listings are two separate things. The listings I showed you for listing reviews, and we said we didn't read reviews because you already had it.
Yeah, and not listings, just having this article on
The
some
listing
sort of
will have
website.
all of your articles, and all we do is click on it and move it to wherever we want. That's the listing part of it. So you don't have to worry about that. You just didn't want reviews.
Yeah,
Because you do your own reviews.
Yes, correct. Because right now, when I go and search like this article right here, Lakeside was Hanson Family by Joyce Corey, I cannot find it online.
It's not, it was just this one, so no, nothing's on there. And if somebody, so Brad Hanson owns Pro Finisher Auto Body.
Yep.
He would post it himself because it's his article if he wants to. The family, it's their article. You have a different vested interest because you're gonna have an ad, you're gonna want that posted. So you have us do it or you do it, and then we connect it to Wolf.
Where would he post it though? On his website?
He posts everywhere, all his social media. He has listings now.
Could we add something that is a link to your guys' website on our website if we wanted?
Well, because I think that's a crucial difference there. I mean, we can write articles about ourselves all day long, but
Right.
I think that what's more beneficial is the article coming like from your guys' publication, and it's on a family that chose to go solo.
Yeah, that is the listings. That's why we created listings. It's to list all of our stuff. And that's what they're showing us. And listings came out in November.
Yeah.
They showed us in January.
Yeah.
They know what we're doing. They want us. You're not the first person asking that question. So that desire is for us as well. We want people to see all the components of our magazine because it interests more people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you without a question. Now, that article itself, I will have to check because what if that family doesn't want the article on there?
If they agree to the physical paper, do they also agree to the online article?
Well, they've never been asked for that one because of the yet. But I'm sure that'll be all part of their agreement that they sign. I guarantee.
So if they sign an agreement, it would be.
It would have to be both. Yeah.
They give us the rights to publish it, and they do now because we're able. I put on LinkedIn. I don't put the whole article, but I'll screenshot that front page for sure. I screen print shot the covers. Now there's a unique thing that I think we could do together. And once I learn, and maybe it's you and I, or we take that, you help me, where I can put your logo into that. This family brought to you by Wolf, and I replace some of that. I can do that. I can create it because it's my push, and you and I can do that together if we want. It's just food for thought.
We're
allowing
talking on
me
the cover here. What are you saying?
I post the cover every single month.
Right.
So I could also take the cover and just say, hey, I'm going to thank Vladimir for giving us this awesome family.
I was gonna say because you guys give the photography a shout out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. No doubt. No question about it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
like Brad there, he was nominated by well over 30 people. So Drew was probably 100 people. He's in Miracle League. So anybody that has special needs kids, they love him, and he's the one building Miracle League in Car Lake. So he was an easy cover. Easy cover. Always good. Yeah, you got Drew and his family on the cover. So that's how I find my covers. Most of the people I know.
No name. Yeah.
I'm willing. Yeah, I am totally into that. So let's keep the digital off at this moment. We'll just have the simple listings because I want to get your dashboard so you can see it, and then we can add the digital components to that as you see fit. Because listings going to be part of you're going to get a dashboard anyway, whether you use it or not. It's totally up to you, but it just enables you to have that dashboard. And we can put the reviews on it if you want to. We can put all of your ads will already be there. Your articles will already be there. That is our dashboard, is the listing stuff. And then it's just a matter of connecting on how do we take that and how do we list it to where you want it to go. And then we can add that later. And I don't think there'll be a cost on it. I really don't, because that's all part of listing. It's in your dashboard anyway.
So online articles are gonna be part of listing?
The online articles are us. It already exists, it just has to have somebody do it. So when you write an article, I can do it or you can do it. We can put it on anything we want. It's ours. It's our article to put. The dashboard is gonna allow you to take that article and put it on 65 different platforms at one push of a button. That's the difference.
So I guess,
So I don't
are
have to
you,
do it on
are
each
you
one.
asking, are they gonna post the entire
Article. Because like, I understand listing, but like we cannot post an article on Yelp.
You're right, that platform won't allow it. Some don't do reels either. Yeah. It'll only post on where it can.
Guys, so some of those listing sites allow publication of the entire article.
A lot of them are GPSs. Waze and MapQuest is still there, but they don't put any articles on there. They do ads. But
Which ones do articles?
I don't have to look. I know Hot Frog's gonna do it, so is Easy Local. They're all coming up. There's 73 in Minnesota right now, the last count. California has well over 100. Every state's different. That's the side that they're working on for us.
Gotcha. So using the listing, we'll be able to also write articles and push them ourselves?
That's your data. That's where everything's be held. Everything you do, you can look back at your ad. Say you do an ad in January of last year, and all of a sudden you say, "Hey guys, we did that ad last year." It's there. You don't have to call me and say, "Hey Mark, can you send me the ad from last year?" It'll be there for you. And you can click it and use it again, or click it and say, "Hey Mark, I like the same ad, but we need to change the picture on it. Here's the new image I want to put in place of that one when we create a new ad." So it's just our way of saying that here's our dashboard, here's your listing. You can do it anywhere you want. You got access to all those with one push of a button, and then the rest will grow. Again, the listing is already in the price, so it's not going to go anywhere. It's just us using it. And if we don't have digital, the more digital we have, the better we can do our job. If that makes any sense whatsoever. I can't pull anybody else's platforms. We can't do it.
So we are starting a door knocking team.
Mhm.
Are you able to share neighborhoods that you guys send these to?
I don't know. You can give me an address, I can look up and all it'll tell me is if it gets it or not. But I can show you. I mean, absolutely.
So if, let's say we found an address that it goes to, I mean, we could make the, overall decision that neighborhood is being targeted by you guys.
I'm gonna pull something. I think I can. So I'll go to here. I just want to see the picture of this.
This is why I brought Mark into this
Okay,
situation.
so I'm still kind of looking. Okay, we're gonna get this. Should get that.
I get the fun job, looking at commissions.
So I can in the inside. So that's what I have in my back office. I can drive all the way down to the house on that. So all the houses inside that box and inside that's the Wild Golf Course there. That's the Wild Golf Course right there. So I can't, this is just a screenshot on my slideshow. But in my back office, I can drive all the way down to the house. Now, there are some of these in downtown Prior Lake, like right here. They don't get the magazine on this side.
Is it everything? Are you saying it's everything inside, like red?
Correct. And if I was,
Well, we can add.
yeah, some other, I'm different because I'm a lake. But
I was just wondering because it makes sense for us to target places that are a little more warm to us from the magazine.
let's do.
But that would be useful information if we could gather it.
Here we go. Okay. Let's just go to maps. Hit Southwest Metro. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Let's just go to. So we hit this one. What does it show us? So like, okay, increase the size now.
So that'd be a neighborhood, more or less.
You saw my Prior Lake one, right?
Yes.
So here is the. What's it? Yeah, so this would be the Burnsville one. So you see all those neighborhoods?
Right. Perfect.
So we could get to this neighborhood, right? There, Orchard Hills, 34 homes. So we know those 34 homes in that neighborhood. And say one gets built, somebody has to tell us that one got built, or I saw it and I'll add it. But we can add as many homes as we want. But right now, 34 homes in Orchard Hills gets the magazine.
How often do you guys, I mean, I know you're saying you want to do another 2,000 over the next 2 years. Do you guys update this
Daily.
daily?
Monthly, I should say monthly, because that's, we put an address on and then the next month they get it, so. And it's just a back office. I mean, I literally, what do you guys want to get, Burnsville or Prior Lake? So if I hit publication, I go to listings, I hit Prior Lake. And so I go over to Gearbox and view addresses.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So those are the addresses that I've added. But here's a new address. Who wants to get the Prior Lake one?
Give a Prior Lake address or get one.
No. Who wants to get the Prior Lake magazine? You guys want to get one?
Keep plugging my address.
So I'm just gonna.
434 Falcon Avenue, North Branch. So 55056.
Good. There we go. You're gonna get the magazine now. Perfect. So that's how easy it was. And Jim Holderson, my realtor, he gave me 142 addresses, and I'd say 100 of them are already getting it. But that was his database of houses that he either bought or sold. That's what he did. You can do the same thing. So when you enter an area with me, or you Prior Lake or New Prague, just give me some addresses on a spreadsheet. I can come here and do it with you. Just sit here and I'm not gonna steal anything. Just you want them to get the magazine. It's gonna come in the mail. They don't even know it's coming at first. And then once they get it, they like it, you can even send notes, say, hey, compliments of Wolf, you now get the Prior Lake magazine. Because you're gonna know that they didn't get it before. And I'll tell you, we'll make a list of ones that didn't get it that are already your customers. Say, hey, thanks, I love your business. We appreciate your business. Now you get the Prior Lake magazine. So we can do some of that with you. That's the difference with me and Tim and all of us, all the publishers. We all do the same thing. That's the difference between us and just selling an ad. I don't want to do an ad. I can do an ad, that'd be great, but you guys bring some whole different game to the table for us. And Tim knows that because I've been pretty pumped all around. Exactly what I like to do. Euroworks Auto Repair. He does European cars. And when he fixes those cars, they're not cheap. So yeah, that's so I can give you all those and we can kind of look at them together. We can sit down, have a working lunch, whatever we want to do. But yeah, I can do that for you.
And how many is in your New Prague publication?
Oh, 20, 2100 maybe. That's only a year old. That magazine's only a year old. So
It really is growing.
now what's really cool there, and I think you guys should think about it as far as marketing wise, you've got New Prague and you've got Prior Lake, Cedar Lake right in between, and St. Patrick. All these farmers are selling their houses. And that lake is being built up and nobody's really marketing it because it's kind of in between the two. It's still New Prague, and we deliver to all of those, the New Prague magazine. But now Prior Lake people, the people are wanting Prior Lake, and because